let's just stick here with the Phillies since we're here. What's the standings now? Am I already out of it? I'm 4.5 back, so we got it. We've 3-7. We've lost 3 in a row. We got to do something here soon, or we can. It's not time to pull the plug yet, but things are starting to get a little bit dicey. Starting, we're going to try Jim Lonborg, who has not had a great career. Boston hasn't even wanted him around. He's only a 2-star. Extreme ground ball pitcher, though. I'm going to try to start him. I want to put him in a... I got him off the scrap heap. I want to see if we can, once again, the Phillies are a team that have to kind of look for, at least at this stage, we don't have the money. We got to look for kind of lightning in a bottle here sometimes. And I don't know what's going on. I hear noises in the distance. We're going to try Jim out. Jim, of course, was a big player for Boston during the 67 and all right, where is he again? Yeah, a big pitcher for them in 67. He actually had, his career was actually not, besides that, the 67 where he was 22-9 with a 316, 5 WAR. He really didn't have a WAR above 2 very often besides that. So he had his miracle season there. Otherwise, he wasn't that good. Played with Boston and Philly for the most part. So we got him a little bit earlier. I don't know if we're going to, I guess we're going to hope that he gets some ground outs and that our decent infield can turn the plays. How about that? So I'd rather have him. I think Dalkowski, we're making a reliever. Okay. So back to the, we're going to go Lonborg against Clay Carroll. Might be familiar to you from Big Red days, Big Red Machine days. Let's see if we can do any better this time around. But they're going to be using righty, so we can play a little bit different lineup. We'll get Briggs out there. Collison will continue to play with his injury. Wait, what am I doing here? Get back. Collison will bat third. Dick Allen, Briggs, Calvito will be down there, and we'll lead off Cash. Actually, I'm going to put Boa leading off again. We haven't. I switched them, but we don't seem to be playing well with the switch. The superstition, I know it doesn't matter one way or the other. Let's go. Okay, back in Shibe. Jim Lonborg Borg is going to have his first... oh, no, he's pitched 1 inning and struck out 1 for the Phillies since his trade. And we'll see how he does. We do the swoop, and we're in, and the first pitch hits the ball to right and makes the play. Collison. Let's get the pitch cam being a... I don't think we have the behind above home plate cam. We don't have the center field. I would need the center field modern day. Should I try the... It isn't the pitcher cam. I know that. Center field stand camera. Let's see. And that's going to be a ground out to Boa. I didn't see any change in the camera. Thought I did it. Let's see. Nope. Hey, Lou, what's wrong? Why are you suffering, buddy? Is it really that bad? Is it really that bad? Dribbler in front of the plate, Squibber, and that's going to be picked up by... there you go. Have some food. Peralez picks it up and throws him out at first. That's the end of the first inning. We go to the bottom of the first. Larry Boa leading off against Clay Carroll. Clay Carroll is 4-7, 42 innings pitched. So he's been used out of the bullpen mostly. I'm not sure what they're up to with their switching here. And that's an out. Can't say I like that action camera. Can you? Because I don't. I guess we're going to give up on that. Let's go maybe wide TV cam. Let's see how that works. Ball's popped up on the infield and going to be caught by Lee May. They have Bernie Carbo playing center field today. Lee May's at first. Tony Perez moves over to third. Pete Rose is not playing today. 2-2 count. And like I said, the game hasn't been quite as kind to Pete as you would think. Pilots over Yankees. Yeah, well, we played that game and the Yankees won in extras. But we will we'll probably sim the next one. Unless you haven't seen, have you seen Six Stadium yet? It's not really, I don't know, do you know anything about the history of the Six Stadium? What they used it for before and after? Fake news it might be, but I'll show you. I mean, you don't have to believe me, but I don't know Six Stadium. You know, I believe FJ knows something about the Seattle area. FJ has a travel blog about Seattle. You can see it on. Well, I'm sure if you look it up, it'll come up. I don't think he lives in Seattle, but he was it? I don't know. I mean, you're the expert. This is what I assume, you know. I wouldn't know. I'm an East Coast guy. East Coast all the way. All you Western weirdos. You know, I'm traditional. I'm that kind of guy. It had horrible plumbing. Well, you know, if there's one thing you can say about a baseball field, well, except it does happen with the Coliseum. It had lousy plumbing. But you mean it got water on the field? See, this disappoints me because I usually think you know a lot. So I'm. Whoa! Jim Gentile hits this ball off the the right center field wall, and Jim motors into second. He's been a nice pickup for us. Hopefully continue. Here's Rocky Calvito, who we picked up. Rocky in Philly. And the ball almost gets away. Johnny Bench had 2 passed balls last game. Oh, it's Hal Jones now behind the plate. So he's Bench isn't playing this game either. Evidently, the Reds, after the shellacking of 7 runs last game, thought they might as well take it a little easy on us. See if we can take advantage of that. 2-1 count, and that's going to be a fly out to Frank. Frank makes the play out there in right. And we go to the top of the third. Jim Lonborg is out there. No, as if you filled in capacity, the shitters would clog. Oh, wow. This surprises me that there's one knowledgeable thing that happened about Six Stadium. So they clogged the stadium up with shit. And so this is why I'm an Eastern guy, not a Western guy, because we don't know anything about clogging. We don't have toilets to clog here in the East. What they do with the stadium after the pilots left? That's the question. And what did they do with the shitters? Now, and the other question is too: are the shitters? When you say shitters, are you referring to the toilets, or are you talking about the customers, the fans of the pilots who just were, was it that the toilets were badly built, or was it that these people shit enormous amounts of shit? I mean, you could look at it that way. Here's Lonborg versus Perez. And that ball is going to be hit to Cash, and he makes the play. So the Reds are denied, even though they had a runner on third. Target Did they do anything? I mean, so they built it for 1 year. So many people shit in it that it was unplayable again. And then after years of it finally settled, probably, and then they built a target on top of it. Is that what you're trying to tell me happened in Seattle? Well, it sounds stinky. I don't know if you should go over there. Here's Dave Cash. I mean, don't endanger. It could be a toxic. It could be a Superfund site. I mean, how do we know? How do we know? Don't you guys have a bunch of Superfund sites up there in Seattle? All those ex-military Superfund. Where's or in Washington State? Where's that one that's supposed to be the worst Superfund site in America? It's the former atomic bomb stuff. It's a Lowe's now. Oh, wow, you were pretty close. Okay, so Frank's on first. Jim's come in here and pitched pretty well. We 3 innings of shutout ball. I shouldn't have even said anything, but we're impressed. Here's Bernie Carbo. Bernie's had some. He's got a great eye, and Bernie, I think, has been rookie of. There's a chance he's going to be rookie of the year this year, mainly due to that eye he's got. Frank just stole second from us. Frank is so many hell of it. The judge Frank has 162 RBIs in his career. I mean, stolen bases in his career. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's unlikely he makes more than that. I mean, 200. Here's a walk to Carbo, Bernie, and here's Helms. Of course, Carbo would also play for the Red Sox. And there's an out. So Jim's gotten through 4 innings. Up comes Johnny Collison, 2-1 count. And this ball is hit to, dribbled in front of the plate, a little nubber to Hal Jones. Here's Dick Allen. And Dick hits the ball to right. That's going to be a single. Opposite field hitting. Dick on first. Up comes Johnny Briggs, 0 for 1 today. And Johnny hits this ball solidly center. This is pretty deep, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. But the Dick Allen's going to stop at third. So with 1 out, we've got runners on second and third. Jim Gentile is up. He's got a hit today. We're hoping we can get a run in here. The Phillies have struggled with runners in scoring position. But here they're going to drive in a run. Gentile does make contact, and the Phillies are up 1-0. Here's Rocky Calvito. He walked, I believe, the first time up. He grounds out to third, and that's going to be your third out. But the Phillies take the lead, 1-0 over the Reds. Jim Lonborg throws and strikes out Jim L. Hickman. Here's Hal Jones, the backup catcher. Johnny Bench not playing today. And Hal Jones hits this ball to center. And it's going to be corralled out there by Briggs. Here's Clay Carroll, the pitcher. 2-2 count. And Jim strikes him out. And Lonborg is through 5. Here's Corrales. And Corrales hits. He hits it to the second baseman. And Helms, Tommy Helms, throws him out at first. Here's Lonborg. Okay, Lonborg walk, but there's not much to do here. 1 out. Larry's just going to hit away. Larry hits the ball to short, and it's booted by Cardenas. He boots it, and that's going to be first and second now with 1 out. Dave Cash up. And Dave hits the ball down to third. Tony Perez scoops it and throws to first, and that'll be an out. So here we are. Johnny Collison, the veteran player of the Phillies. He is up with runners on second and third. 2 outs. Can Johnny come through? And it's a wild pitch. The Reds have had their problems at. They've had a wild pitch. They had 2 pass balls yesterday, and that's going to bring in the second run of the game for the Phillies. Ball's hit to second. Helms up with it, throws him out at first. The Phillies are now up 2-0. We're going to the top of the sixth. Jim Lonborg deals with Tony Perez. And Perez hits the ball to the first baseman. He makes the play at first. First out of the inning. Cardenas is up. He's strikes out on a sinker. He is out. Frank Robinson is up. 0 for 1 today. Frank hits the ball to center. In jogs Briggs, and he makes the play. So the Reds go down in the sixth. We're going to the bottom of the sixth. The Phillies are leading 2-0. Dick Allen up. Dick Allen hits the ball to second, and that's an out. Helms. Here's Johnny Briggs, and Johnny strikes out, and Jim Gentile is up, and Jim strikes out. So the Phillies swing helplessly there, not doing very much. We go to the top of the seventh. The score is 2-0 Phillies, and for those who are perspective. No, I don't mean that. I mean those who are aware and paying attention. They may notice something about this game, which I cannot mention. Here's Lee May facing Lonborg. And Lonborg deals. Ball's hit to second. Cash makes the play. That's the first out of the seventh. Bernie Carbo is now up. Bernie is a ground ball pull hitter. I think we might move the infield a little bit to the right. Lonborg up, and he deals. The ball's hit to second. And in comes Cash. He makes the play. That's 2 outs in the seventh. And here comes Tommy Helms. And Helms hits the ball to short, and Boa boots it. That's an error on Larry Boa, his 10th of the year. So we've got a runner on first with Jim Hickman up. And Hickman hits the ball, pop up. Allen's playing it in foul territory. He makes the play. We are through 7 with the score. Well, not all the way through 7. We're through 6.5, and the score is 2-0 Phillies. Rocky Calvito is up, and Rocky is 0 for 1. He has a walk today, and he hits the ball to third, and play made by Tony Perez, sorry. And here's Carroll pitching to ball gets through. Corrales has a single. With 1 out, he's on first. Here's the pitcher. He'll swing away, and he misses. Strikes out. 2 outs. Runner on first. Larry Boa up. He's 0 for 3 today. Larry hits the ball to right, and it's going to drop in there for a single, and the runner is going to go first to third. And that's Corrales, the catcher, but he's going to make it to third. 2 outs. Runners on first and third. Can Cash give them an insurance run? It would be nice. He's going to need a big hit, and he grounds out to the shortstop who goes to second, and that ends the bottom of the 7th. We go to the top of the 8th. And as I said, for those that are watching, you may notice something that I cannot talk about again. But there it is. I'm still laying it out there. Here's Lonborg against Hal Jones, the backup catcher, and the pitch. And the ball is nubbed to the pitcher, and he throws him out at first. And that is the first out of the 8th inning. Pete Rose will pinch hit. And, Pete Rose is pinch hitting. So, 301 hitter. Lonborg will deal, 0-2 count, and ball's hit to sharply, but line out right to Cash. We have 2 outs in the 8th. Tony Perez is up. Lonborg will pitch to Tony, 3-2 count. Tony had like 4 hits yesterday. Oh, nice play by Cash, diving catch. He fantastic play, and that saved a hit. We go to the bottom of the 8th, score 2-0. Johnny Collison will be now facing Don Gollett, who is a very good pitcher, and Don would just, unfortunately for Don, suffer a lot of injuries. That's an out 2-0, and the first baseman drops it, but I think it was a bad throw from Perez. That's only Perez's 9th miscue at third. He has been known, I think he made up to 30 in his career at third, so he's actually doing really well there. Dick Allen strikes out, and that brings up Johnny Briggs. Johnny does not hit lefties, and so 65-60. I'm wondering whether we should bring in I think we're going to bring in McNabb to play center, and he will pinch hit for Briggs here. So here's McNabb, and he walks. 1 out, 2 men on. Gentile's up. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI. And Jim hits the ball to second. That's going to be a 4-6-3 double play. Okay, so because of how important this next half inning is, we better make sure that we've got the best defensive team out there that we can get. Dick Allen wouldn't normally be part of that, I wouldn't think. So I think we're going to put... I think we're going to go get Marty Martinez and put him out there playing third. Oh, wait a minute. McNabb's playing center field, and Martinez will play third. Is that right? Yes. Okay. And the score is 2-0. And I want all of you to pay attention to what the score line is, because, well, anyway, that's all I'm going to say. Here's Lonborg. Facing Leo, top of the 9th. And Lonborg deals. And the ball's hit the third sharply. Martinez, who's a defensive replacement, makes a nice quick play. Ground out to third. And there is 1 out in the 9th. We're approaching now. Yeah, we've got 1 out. The amazing Frank Robinson is up. Oh, wow. Come on, Jim. Actually, I have 3-0 count. Lonborg is going to pitch around him, it looks like. That's a walk. So runner on first now. Lee May is up. Lee is 0 for 3. Yeah, I know I have been, FJ. I know I have been. And with the Phillies, too. Here's Lonborg, and he strikes him out. There's 2 outs. There's 2 outs in the 9th. Bernie Carbo, potentially Rookie of the Year, is up. Let's see. Does he pulls ground balls, so we're going to move the infield over a little bit. I'm going to go pitch by pitch. Actually, I did that last time, and it didn't work so well. I'm just going to go ahead and hit the thing. I'm not going to do pitch by pitch. When I did that, remember, it got down to... The guy was up, went down 0-3. It was Vernon Kemp. And he got 2 strikes, fought his way back to full count, and then boom, with 2 strikes, 2 outs. Full count again. The pitch hits the ball. Third, they do it. Holy shit. Jim Lonborg, in his first start for the Phillies, picked off the scrap heap, and he pitches a no-hitter. Live here, folks. I've got a no-hitter. It was not a perfect game. He walked 3, plus there was an error by Boa. But a no-hitter. Excellent. Yay! This is one of those things you play for. You don't believe that it's going to happen. You know, this is something that obviously it's once every 2,000 games you get this. And I think in my entire time of playing out of the park, I've had one other. And I had one way back in a card game. I had one with Catfish Hunter. But wow. Okay. Tremendous. I will be cutting this out and putting it, I'm going to be putting this up as a clip. Maybe I'll upload it to YouTube for that. I've never had a perfect game. Definitely Catfish Hunters was not. So, yeah, for all you guys that happen to witness this or see it, if you want to catch a replay of it, because it is unique. I don't know how many, if any of you have had a no-hitter that you've played live, I'm pretty happy about it, I gotta say, especially since I got ripped off that other time. Wow. Cool. I'm glad it was on tape, too. All right, Jim Lonborg. Let's see. How unlikely is Jim as the, he's been just not very good. Let's just do major leagues here. Jim, last year, this year he pitched one game, one inning for the Red Sox. For me, this was his first game. Actually, I thought he pitched one inning for me. That was for the Red Sox. This was his first start for the Phillies. So he hasn't played all year, really. Let's see what his expanded, all levels combined. What else did he do this year? He pitched in Triple-A and Double-A and Single-A this year. So this is how his career's gone. Single-A, he was a 4-game start, a 4.55 ERA. In Double-A, he was a little bit better, 5-1, really good actually. 8 games started, 2.65. Triple-A, 3-5, 5.1 ERA. With, by the way, in all levels, more hits than innings pitched. And he comes out here. Well, let's see. His last major league season, he was 5-7, 5.57 ERA, 17 starts, 103 innings pitched, 121 hits allowed. So, yeah. This was an unlikely no-hitter against, let me remind you, it was against the big red machine, basically. I mean, they don't have Joe Morgan yet, but they've got Tony Perez. They still have Frank Robinson, Lee May, Bernie Carbo's a Rookie of the Year candidate. Bench did not play. Rose got a pinch hit. No, he didn't get a hit. He pinch hit. So yeah, wow, unlikely. They're one of the best hitting teams in the league. I'm pretty fucking ecstatic about that. Excuse the language, but awesome. So one of my mid-season trades, maybe it played out. Domination. I've unlocked a date of achievement, 69 first, and 9 innings pitched, no runs, no hits, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, 112 pitches. Cool.